guys, welcome to Debatin with the Boys. Today we're joined by Lucas from Holding Absence.
How are you?
Not bad, man, good. So you just played downstairs in club. You enjoy yourself?
Yeah, it was awesome. It was really nice to play Cardiff. So.
Yeah. You seem to have like a massive sea of fans with you.
Yeah, like we've had a really nice response lately, and Cardiff's always very like supportive of just local bands really, so it's nice, and like shirts have been selling well and stuff as well, so like it looks visually like a lot more in your face. It's really cool, man.
So obviously you're like the new vocalist, coming from like a slightly different band.
Yeah.
How's the fans? Have any of them followed you through?
I think, I'll always have, there's a select few people that are really, really supportive of me personally, and even things like Instagram, like when I film a video or whatever, like people will like or comment on that kind of thing. So like, I feel like the people that like appreciated my voice, like instantly went towards other artists, which was awesome. But I think there's, you have to earn fans. I mean, I hate to use the word fans, because at this level, people are supportive, like I don't want to seem like, looking down on anything, because we're all like people in this scene, but like you do have to earn people's respect as a band. So I'm not expecting anybody to carry over from Forum style, but if people do, that's awesome. And if they prefer it or like it less, that's literally fine.
Tie your hands to mine once love is canonized.
Just after you joined, you released the single Permanent.
Yeah.
And that's kind of like exploded over social media.
Yeah, it's done really well.
Like through the whole thing, you've got like this black and white theme, and like you're all over social media now. You've got like black and white. Is that like leading up to maybe a release?
Well,
going through this theme and stuff.
It's more an aesthetic than like a theme, because like we wanted to just be like everything. It's it's not like we'll kind of take the mask off soon and they'll like stop being black and white. Maybe we will. We think it's a theme we want to carry on for a very long time. Say we do an album. We'd still want the videos in black and white. We still want. I think it's the most. It's just the most primal form of like media. Like black and white doesn't. It's only the picture you see. There's no look at his hair or look at that shirt or whatever. It's just everything's black and white, and it can really level things down. I feel so. Like we just wanted to strip everything back as much as we could.
Been touring a little bit of the UK recently, getting a lot of good support starts and stuff as well. You guys got like some great aspirations for what's to come?
Yeah, well, that's the thing, is like the best thing about music is very rarely does it like slow down on its own. Like you need to kind of drive it into the ground if it's going to disappear. But like I feel like we've got our foot on the pedal now. We just want to keep going. Like so yeah, we've got a few really cool support slots and stuff like that. And obviously the hype from the video, people have been asking us to do shows, which is awesome. So the goal is just to do what we're doing now times 10 next year. So yeah, we're really excited.
The whole of the UK scene at the moment, there's been like a great rise in like emotional hardcore and melodic hardcore. What's your like views on that? Obviously you're in like a melodic hardcore band. But like, do you think that's like a great thing? Because it's like seems to come like away from like traditional hardcore and stuff a little bit, not too much, but like a little bit. If
you listen to bands like Bean as an Ocean, there's no hardcore elements at all. Like the heavy elements of like Underoath kind of vibe. So like band, like kind of Come Back In and that kind of thing are a different world to melodic hardcore. Like bands like Counterparts do hardcore as well as, but it's kind of a different universe. There's so many different factions of melodic hardcore already. But like I feel it's an awesome thing, first things first, because I love to watch a genre come out of nowhere. You know what I mean? Like pop punk has come back, emo has come back, like and melodic hardcore has kind of come out of nowhere. So that's a really cool thing in itself. I feel like in 10 years' time, you look back at bands like Bean and Ocean, Counterparts, Underoath, they'll be like the godfathers of this genre. They will hopefully someday be huge. But I think the best thing about melodic hardcore is it's very rarely like a genre, like musical definition. It's this more sort of lyric definition, like bands like Counterparts and Hotel Books have been put together because they exert the same amount of emotion, not because they sound anything like each other.
It's like a bit more like old school and stuff, the way like in the 70s and 80s songs were written.
Yeah,
or
because
60s
of what they were about. You know what I mean? Like in punk, obviously I know punk was a musical genre, but it was an ideal. It was an ideal more than anything. So but yeah, so melodic hardcore was cool, and like we'll never be like defined by the genre. We'll never be constricted to just melodic hardcore. Like we all listen to so much music, but at the moment that kind of fan base seems to have swarmed to us, and I think lyrically I can never sing about something now anyway, I could never sing about something I didn't care about. So if
wanna feel like invested in what
yeah, and if being emotional draws a crowd of melodic hardcore fans, even if we're not a melodic hardcore fan, like I don't mind that, of course.
Once it comes to your own pain, you are the
But obviously, one of your members is like a bit of like a tourist,
Aficionado, no?
freelance guitarist,
Yeah,
essentially.
yeah.
How's that like affecting you guys in any way, shape, or form?
To be honest, it hasn't really affected us too much. Like, obviously, he's filmed it for Chapters in the past, he's filmed it for Webs in the past. Like, he's helped out loads of bands. I know at the moment he's touring Landscapes, which is awesome. But it's not really affecting us too much. Like, there's 3 gigs that have fallen into this period, so we've had to play without it, which has been a bit like different, but not like a huge hindrance. I think you need to kind of like step away from something to admire it, and I think Bez going to Europe, I think he'll have learned by the time he comes back, you know, how or whether or not he thinks Old Mountains is right for him, and I'm sure he already does. But like, you know, you learn a lot more about people. Absence makes the heart beat faster. So, yeah. So, but yeah, he just loves writing, playing music, man.
Of course.
Same with us all.
I see the pain in your face. You will find a home.
Finally, we asked all our guests this. Any recommendations of like what you're listening to or what our viewers should go check out?
Cool. I'm a big fan of just listening to everything.
Listen to everything.
Yeah, there we go. Came over. Loathe are probably the best band in the UK right now. I think they're fucking incredible. The new EP, like long player, their long mini album EP thing is incredible. So heavy but awesome. New Balance and Composure is incredible. The new Bon Iver's awesome as well. This year's been awesome. Norma Jean, David Bowie's album's good, Biffy's album's good, Thrice's album's good. Who else? Every Time I Die's new album's good. So there we go. That should be enough.
Here we are, guys. This has been Lucas from Hot Absence. Check them out. We'll put a link to them in the comments below. Comment, like, subscribe, and yeah, we'll see you guys soon.